Runes have been cooking. People aren't saying Rune June for nothing, and we never stopped talking about them. Just less than 10 days ago, I made a video that only under 400 of you watched. Nearly everything we talked about on that video, even the high market caps, are up 2 to 5x. In this video, we're going to be doing some updates, the potential of some of the biggest blue chips on Runes, as well as some 100xers, because of course we love those, and some just general updates on the Rune mania, because again, Runes and Ordinals are so back. They're all over Twitter. They're all over YouTube. Some of the biggest content creators right now are covering them. But as you know, since the protocol was released, we have been talking about it. We've been calling it. I have been putting my money where my mouth is. I have been buying when they were declared dead. So without further ado, let's look at how everything is doing. Right now, as we're recording, one of the largest Twitter spaces out of all of Twitter, not just crypto Twitter, is Mario Nafal. Granted, he has a bumpy history, but regardless, he is talking about Ordinals and Runes. It's enough to get on his radar. It's enough to get on other people's radars. We also see some other crazy stuff happening right now with Runes, including the fourth largest crypto exchange in the world, Bybit, offering, which is a tier 1 sex listing dog. Now, again, just a few weeks ago, under 400 people watched this, and look at what dog was at. Dog was at a $400 million market cap. RSIC was at 183 million, and we talked about some that could absolutely 10x that we'll look at later in this video. As of the time of recording this video, Dog is almost at a $1 billion market cap. That's over a 2x on the highest market cap we talked about. Another over 2x on RSIC. Everything is just crazy. This is the 1 day chart, 62%, 46%. If you want to look at the 7 days, look at how much green across the board. And we haven't even talked about the heavy hitters that we talked about that I'm going to save for the end of this video. So just so you know, things are really heating up. The entire crypto market right now, the entire market cap is up 1.1% on the last 24 hours. Bitcoin touching 71K today. Ethereum continues to zip. And as we talked about in our previous videos, the Ethereum ETF inflows haven't even started yet. The ETF got approved, but the actual inflows of money has not came in yet. Lots of price action potential for Ethereum. If we want to look at the Bitcoin ETFs, look at the recent few weeks. We had a couple weeks in red, and then just nonstop. June 3rd, 105 million came in, 48 million, 48 million. Some big ones, 251 million. This is institutional money buying into Bitcoin. The supply is going down after the halving. The demand is going up from institutions. Things are looking good. This is going to trickle down. It's going to trickle down from Bitcoin to Ethereum to alts to Runes to Ordinals to all these other things. So you're seeing the entire ecosystem boom. Now, as always, I have to give some type of disclosure. Of course, we don't know where these speculative assets are heading. Anything could absolutely go to zero. So when we talk about Runes, when we talk about other things, I just made a video on sniping base meme coins and Solana meme coins. You can look up above. Those things could absolutely go to zero. We're just trying to put our hands in all parts of the market. And the point of these videos is I work in the space. I live in the space. I want to make an even playing ground for all of you watching this to where you have fair opportunity to see this information as others like me who are there 24/7, which is exactly what I gave you 10 days ago, right before I left for my conference in Lisbon, getting anywhere between a 2 and 10x on some of these things that we're going to look at in this video. So with all that being said, let's dive into what we're looking at today. We have to look at the heaviest hitters and just assume that they're going to carry the market if the market continues to boom. I said it last time, I'll say it again. The top Runes are also the most provenance runes. In other words, Fehu is rune number 1. That means it's the first rune besides KC Rod Armor itself that was etched. Fehu currently is trading around the same it was trading at. It's kind of hard to determine the market cap when they own 99% of the supply. There's a little asterisk by Fehu. We don't know what's going to happen with that. We would like to believe that if they spent $500 million to etch rune number 1, that they're not going to screw everybody over, and there's not even the amount of liquidity there to be able to rug. But obviously, disclosure there. We have Dog, who has just been dominating the market. The number 1 meme on Runes, just period. It's just a simple ticker. It's Dog. I talked about it in detail last video when comparing it with other dog coins, but basically talking about it had the other dog coins being the lower end, a $2 billion market cap, whereas Dog Go to the Moon was only at 400 million. We saw it 2x since then. Now it's still half of all the other dogs that are super popular. So that's super interesting to note right there. And then of course, Pups being great meme, RSIC, and all of those. There's also some in there that we talked about just a few weeks ago that have just been doing insane numbers as well, that are higher risk, higher reward. There's one more I want to talk about right here, which is decentralized rune number 2 by CyberKongs. Also paid about $500 million to etch this rune number 2, currently sitting at a $58 million market. Just think about that. It's rune number 2, and now granted, dog has a lot more traction than that, so I can't really say it's going to do the same as dog, but it's at 58 million. I mean, it's a billion from that is insane. I mean, even just a $100 million market cap would be a 2x from here. So I think decentralized has plenty of wiggle room. Satoshi Nakamoto coming in even above around the same market cap as that, which I think is just a good ticker. But we also talked about, you know, some that could absolutely do numbers. One of those was the Donald Trump, with this whole Donald Trump meta going on right now, the Joseph Biden. I don't care about politics on here. We're not talking about that. We're talking about trades. Trades follow metas. Metas can easily developed around the U.S. economy, U.S. politics, and the Donald Trump was one of those. Went from absolutely nothing, just being etched, to a $12 million market cap. Absolute cook. Talked about it on Twitter, talked about it on here. I still really, obviously I own a lot of these. I mean, almost everything I talk about things that I know about, and I usually own things that I know about. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. Pizza delivery is, I think, one that has a lot of wiggle room. It's only at a $2 million market cap. It is rune number 15. Again, talking about the provenance, I think just having that ticker pizza would be really cool. So I think that pizza has a lot of upside. There's a lot in here that I know some about that could do well. I want to go ahead and give an update on some of the ones that I did talk about. So this is one that I think is a little edgy. We're just going to call it HODL for the sake of whatever media you're seeing this on. It's only at a $1 million market cap, and I think that it's a little too edgy for most people, but if this does get listed on exchanges, it's literally just going to be listed as HODL at a $1 million market cap. That's cheap. It's up 50% for the last 24 hours, which is pretty good for a random rune number 24, kind of random. And the distribution is pretty good. I have high hopes for this one. Another one that I talked about back when it was like way less than this, let's say over the last 7 days. I don't even know if I'll be able to find it over the last 7 days, but it's Art as the ticker. The reason I like Art as the ticker, which I did just spend time with the founder of it in Lisbon, is it's rune number 10,000, which is, you can see right here, it's a super clean rune. I was talking about this when it was like nothing, when it was like 20 per sat or something like that. Currently it's sitting at 55 per sat. Again, I do have a lot of this. I do plan on taking profits at some point on some of this. This doesn't mean I'm going to upload this video, hope that it pumps it and then sells it. That's not at all. I'm long on most runes, but I'm also a trader, and things like Art as a ticker, I'm really interested to see. There's an actual artist behind this that I met in Lisbon. He does marble art and AI art. I'm very interested to see what all he does with this as well. So that's just very interesting to watch. Wall Street Bets is, you know, I do own this rune. It's rune number 86. I thought it was a good etched rune. I'm very surprised this hasn't got more traction with all the Wall Street Bets thing that's going on right now. I'm not as confident as I am right now as I was a few weeks ago. It seems the Roaring Kitty meta is, you know, kind of fading in, fading out, fading in, fading out. I did talk about the Roaring Kitty last time. The Roaring Kitty absolutely pumped 300, 400%. I did sell half of that yesterday on that pump, almost at the top, so I did get a W on that. There's so many opportunities around here, and I think one thing with this rune volume is a lot of people might feel like they're too late, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I think instead of being too late, smart money and just typical like bulk money follows the volume, and right now runes are seeing a ton of volume, and if this continues, I think we'll just continue to see more and more volume, higher and higher market caps, and runes will really solidify their place in being one of the tokens that people go to trade, one of the platforms people go to trade, or blockchains. So I mean, obviously we have Solana, we have Base, we have all these different kinds. Now runes are going to offer a different experience here. It'll slower, but they're on Bitcoin, meaning they are permanent. These rune tickers are going to be on Bitcoin forever. It's a brand new protocol. I didn't get a chance to mention this yet, but Magic Eden actually implemented charts for runes as well, which is extremely helpful to be able to zoom out and really see what's been happening, really chart some stuff, and just kind of see the price action over the last 24 hours, the last 1 week. It's not even 1 month old yet, so we can actually see the very start of it. So shout out to Magic Eden for that. I am an ambassador for Magic Eden. Super thrilled about that opportunity to be able to be an ambassador for what I believe to be one of the best companies in Web3. With all that being said, there's so much exciting stuff going on and much more to happen. I did just share a video. I'm not signed in on this computer. I don't like making content that I'm signed in at. But if you do own a rune, you simply just have to click the rune and you can actually split the rune. So let's say you own like $1,000 a dog. You don't have to sell the entire $1,000 packet. You can can actually go into your holdings, click on it, and then click split, and then boom, it's split in half, and you now have a $500 and $500 pack, and it's going to show as lots. I did this for my Roaring Kitty. I made a video about it on Twitter that was really short. Now, of course, on Twitter, I did it a different way. I actually just sent the runes to myself, which is a bit more expensive, but just kind of more natural, at least for me. You can also send the runes, and I will also split it. With all that being said, I hope you guys have been cooking along with me. This is a super exciting time. If you want to know how to use a sniper bot, I recently made a video. It was actually earlier today. You can click it right now on this video. I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.